representing Green for Nature, from OutCasting, Public Radio's LGBTQ youth program, Alex.
On March 1st, I interviewed Gilbert Baker for OutCasting, Public Radio's LGBTQ youth program. He came to our studio in Yonkers about a month before his passing. Many of our guests joined us over the phone, but Gilbert wanted to meet us and get to know us, so he came in person. After our interview, we talked with him for a couple of hours. The conversations I had with him were more thought-provoking than any others I've had. Few schools teach gay history. Mine certainly hasn't. One of the topics that he didn't like talking about was AIDS. Gilbert, like many people, lost close friends in the AIDS epidemic. When I asked him about this, the atmosphere in the studio quickly changed. He usually spoke with a lot of emphasis and gusto, full of humor. But when we reached this topic, he simply said, "I'll forever be scarred by it." He told me that for him, everything changes when your friends start dying. I can't imagine that immense pain. But he didn't stay on for long, and his mood brightened when I asked him about his activism and his art. Many obituaries credit the creation of the rainbow flag to a challenge from Harvey Milk. Gilbert told me that, although it makes for a good story, it isn't true. As Milk gained more prominence, so did Gilbert's rainbow flag designs. He told me that there was a real need to push for change and reform. He thought that if we didn't confront our representatives for denying us our rights, then they would never give them to us. And though Gilbert spent a majority of his adult life being an activist, in his mind he saw himself as an artist, not a politician. His flag was his art. It was a fabulous coincidence that he was able to both make his art and change the face of a movement forever. I think there's a number of reasons why the rainbow flag is so empowering. For me, growing up seeing a singular image to which I could say, "Oh, that's me," was really important. But the rainbow flag means much more. The rainbow is beautiful and it represents so much, but there's even more to it than that. Rainbows are everywhere. After a summer rain, the sky splits into Gilbert's multicolored stripes. On morning sunbeams through a thick window, on a wedding ring, on the wings of a tropical bird, rainbows are a part of nature. I think Gilbert must have known this, because we are a part of nature too. We are everywhere, on every continent, in every society. To deny us rights is to deny them to your neighbor, brother, sister, child, grandchild, or any descendant down the line. Sooner or later, the rest of the world will have to confront this reality, but it's impossible to wait for that. It's up to everyone here to make the change we want to see. This quote was said by Gilbert, and I think it expresses the sentiment. Our struggle is still in the streets. The role of the state is to resist change. Change is a creative process that is born in the individual. The people united will never be defeated. I remembered the timeless chant. I believed it. Lesbians and gay men have forged a community out of respect for power that comes from each person. The power of truth, and the courage of love are all we have in the struggle for justice. Finally, I'd like to say thank you to Gilbert and all the other people who have already shown a great many that gay people are not so different from everyone else. Without you trailblazers, this community would be very different and far less rainbowy. Thank you.